Hi everyone, thank you so much for being here. I am excited to show you this tutorial today of how to watercolor paint a cloud. Painting clouds with watercolor can often be a tricky thing because clouds are often white and there is no white watercolor paint. And so therefore you're using the natural white in the paper and working around it when creating your clouds. So this can cause the process to be sometimes a little bit backwards in your head. So to begin, I'm just mixing together a lot of blue with the water, and I also am adding in a little bit of green, purple, and red just to deepen that blue. And I want to make sure I have quite a bit of paint ready to go because once I get started, I need to work quickly. When I say quickly, I mean that I don't want to have lines in the sky where you can see where I put down the paint because it is wet on dry. And to begin, I'm just going to start doing an outline of the cloud, again, leaving it behind that white, and just some rough little bumps along the side, creating one side of the cloud a little bit higher than the other, and then tapering down on to the left. And then here, coming across the round to the other side, keeping the cloud bottom kind of flat. And now just grabbing some more paint and bringing that line upwards, filling in all the rest. And underneath the cloud as well. If you are new here to my channel, I kindly ask that you subscribe. I am working away at my channel here and slowly building up my subscribership. I'm so happy that you're here. All right, so I'm just filling in the rest of the blue here and there, any gaps, adding a little bit more paint. And now this is one of my favorite parts. I'm going to grab a little piece of paper towel and squish it up in kind of a horizontal line shape and start dabbing around where I want to have some clouds that are in the distance. They're going to be a little bit softer and a little bit lighter, and it adds a lot of effect. It instantly brings your picture to the next level. Doesn't that look good? Okay, so next I'm going to add in a little bit of black and a couple other different colors to my blue to create this kind of muted gray color. This is when I'm going to start layering colors directly on top of the cloud. What this does is it adds some layering and some depth and some shadow to the cloud and giving it some color. I want to make sure that I definitely leave the very top part of the cloud white, not to paint that. Keep the coloring towards the bottom and middle of the cloud. Again, not having really smooth, direct lines, but more of kind of a fluffy look with these curves and ripples. There, I'm pretty happy with that gray layer, just adding in a little bit more here and there, filling it in, and then of course along the bottom as well, wanting to make sure that that's all filled in gray. And now it's time to start my next layer. So to my blue and a little bit of gray, I'm going to be mixing in some red to create kind of a pinky purpley hue to the cloud. Just kind of taking my time mixing it here, adding a little bit of blue so it's not too strong, and also a little bit of this creamy white as well. Okay, I'm pretty happy with how that looks here. Now I'm going to just add on another layer onto the cloud, and again, keeping towards the bottom of the cloud. Just letting the watercolor paint work its magic here, blending in with the gray. And lastly here, I'm just going to add in a little bit of yellow to create some brightness for the cloud. I'm just going to dab it in here or there lightly with that pinkish purple layer. The colors are blending quite a bit, so I'm just going to let that dry. Boom, there you go. And now I'm just going to add in a tiny little bit more of that pinkish yellow layer so that it can build on top of the previous layers and it's a little bit more defined. You can see it. Wonderful. I'm quite happy with how that looks and how it has turned out. Sweet. Now I'm just going to remove the tape from my project and give you a little close-up. I want to say thank you for being here and thank you for watching.